Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. We're going to be having a great healing crusade with Dag Mills starting tonight. He will be preaching in main campus, carried live video feed to South and East, the same thing tomorrow night, and on Sunday, he'll be doing my normal spin, as we call it. He'll be at 7 o'clock or 7:30 here at South Campus, 10 o'clock at Main, 12:30 East, and then the big great final rally at 3 o'clock back at Main. Of course, they will all be carried live video feeds and all the other campuses. We will look forward to seeing you. If you're sick in your body, if you have friends or relatives that are sick in their body, bring them. And let's believe God for a great time of special miracles. Right now, I want us to go back to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. When people come to Manila and they ask me, what's the nightlife like at Manila? Number one, I don't ever invite them back because they've just showed me they're a different person than I am. And number two, I tell them I wouldn't know what the nightlife is like. I'm always at home at night or in church. Now, I'm going to say some things that young people, you're going to get a little upset with me about, but hold steady. My father, and we were not living for God at the time. We'd go to church once in a great while or something, but we weren't living for God at the time. But my father always taught me, David, I want you home at night. Now, I'd been a young man who'd been in a lot of trouble. But when I was 14 and they sent me to live with my daddy began to work on my life. And one of the things he taught me was, at night, you come home. You get up early, you go to bed early, well, not too early, but you go to bed, and you learn to be a person who lives in the daytime. Now, he never taught me where all that came from. But of course, my grandpa had been a pastor and had raised my father very well. Now, with that in mind, I want to read to you 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, beginning with verse 7. Well, let's back up to verse 6. So then, let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be alert and self-controlled. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be self-controlled, putting on faith and love like a breastplate, and the hope of salvation as a helmet. We belong to the day. Now, I just want you to think about that phrase for a moment. As Christians, we belong to the day. Not only spiritually, but physically, we belong to the day. Now, you and I need to be people who get up when the sun comes up. We need to be people who live our life in the daytimes. And at night, we're either in God's house or we're home with our family. We're not in the clubs. We're not in the casinos. We're not in the bars. We're not out there in trouble, because it's in the night people get themselves into all kinds of sin. You can go to the same restaurant at lunchtime, and it's a very nice restaurant. But if you go there at night, it's a very different restaurant. You and I both know that everything changes at night. Let us remember we belong to the day. Let us learn to live in the day. And young people, learn to make a habit of, you're home at night. You're home at night, you're with your family, you get a good night's rest, and you get up and you live your life in the daytime. We belong to the day.